कृपया ध्यान दीजिए. The language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. Hello, I'm Cyrus Brocha. If you haven't heard of me, you're in a good space right now, and I hope you stay there. I'm a big foodie, though, and being a foodie is hard when you're a pet lover. Because have you tried eating a beautiful piece of chicken in front of your dog? I mean, there's no way your dog would let you have it without giving you that look. You know that look? You know what that look is? The cute one where, won't you share your food with your best friend look? The one where they stare at you with literal puppy dog eyes, with drool dripping down the side of their mouth because they want that bite, and they are lonely and sad and hungry, even though you fed them every 50 minutes for the whole day. And damn it, they're going to get it. It's almost impossible to not cave into those big bulging eyes of your fur babies. That's right. I call them my fur babies. And my own babies, I call them her babies. So I do what any good pet parent would. I visit the one-stop shop for all my pet care needs. Heads Up for Tails to get the best food and treats for my little bachas. Just visit www.headsupfortails.com or visit the Heads Up for Tails store today. I'm going, Baba. Doggy wants it right now. I'm going. Wow. Check out the bald patch in that little ad. I thought that was a nice touch. I mean, thank God it's an audio medium and no one can see it. Yeah. And we have, in the words of Donald Trump, a huge show. We have Kajol and we have Roshan Abbas, who's back in the business. For a little while, it looked like he had semi-retired, but now he's back with a big bang. We'll get into all the things that he's doing in a second. But right now, at the moment, he's in Doha because the police have said that if he comes in, they'll freeze his account. Something like that. I'm not sure. Roshan, you tell us, what is the actual story?
The actual story is that I got a call in Dubai in August.
Hence the police froze your accounts.
that Meera Nair is doing Monsoon Wedding, the musical, which she's tried it twice in terms of a workshop at Berkeley, and then she did some shows in Delhi in 2019. Right. Unfortunately, then the pandemic happened.
What a way to travel, now from Berkeley, Boston to Delhi. I mean, I'm just very confused. Yeah. Should have gone the other way. First we tried Delhi. Then we moved to Berkeley, Boston, and then great show. Yeah.
No, you know, and then the premiere is happening in Doha. So I hadn't done theatre for about 5 years. Yeah, I suddenly said, let's get those old bones working on stage again. And secretly, I must tell you that, I mean, every now and then I get bumman kind of calls for film roles. Huh. And I just don't know what to do with it. Yeah, we are anchors. I mean, we are far more anchors than actors.
So what do you mean bumman kind of role means? What kind of, give us one role that you got.
You get, so Archie's, you'll be called to play dad of Archie.
I got the Pop Tate audition. Pop Tate. See? I'm fucking 87 pounds of muscle. I screamed at them. I was so angry.
Then you'll suddenly be called to play the mad scientist friend to the superhero, those kind of things.
Yeah,
so many things, you know. Now I can, you know, yeah, we can talk our way through this, but this whole thing about, so I just felt that it would be a good thing to get back on stage and also just, you know, get that acting bit back again, which is great fun. I mean, working with her is phenomenally funny.
Do you call her Meera or Meera ji?
Or no, I call her Meera because no. One day we called her ma'am. She turned and said, "Guys, please, don't." She is so Delhi and she's so much like every time, because I'm playing Lalit Verma, which was Nasir Saab playing, you know, in the film, and here I am, and I'll put on my little. I think I'm half Parsi in my head. You know, so I'll do my little number and then she'll come and say, Nini, where's the Punjabi? I want the Punjabi. So then I have to do stuff like waterproofing.
So they aged Nasir down, huh? Just by the way. This is like ageism. Instead of, you normally age the character up, they aged him down. Because Roshan was younger. He just had a birthday, for God's sake. It's not on the show. Okay, before we move on, I want to just quickly mention, Roshan, yesterday we had this big show called Cyrus and the Bakras, which is a full 50-seater auditorium in...
auditorium nahi hai. It's a little
50 log the. It's a very good club for me. And a lot of our podcast people came to watch. Our podcast panelists basically perform. And it was just fun and I got to interact with them.
And Cyrus showed up in the suit.
And they bought me this. Himisha, I have to thank Himisha, Shweta and Shraddha more than anybody else. And the others who crowdfunded 6 pairs of glasses. And this is the pair, one of the pairs.
You changed the lenses so fast?
No, I didn't have to change them. They asked for the number. I vaguely remembered.
What are you saying?
I'm not sure if it's 1.25 or 1.5, but they give me 1.375 or something. I'm done. So I've got it. So this is all the good work. This is now I'm like an NGO for them. We are the only podcast where they look after us, you know.
Cyrus, like, you can take off the tag. There's a price tag on your...
Stop asking me to take off things, Kajol. I'm married. I'm not comfortable.
Take off the price tag at least. Yeah,
How
the
do I take off the
tag.
price tag? I'll need glasses to see it. Then if I take it out, I don't have glasses, no?
How are you looking at things
You
with
have
the price
6
tag in a
pairs.
way?
You have 6 pairs, put on one of the other.
That's why he's Roshan Abbas Entrepreneur of the Year. Huh? And sometimes Lalit Verma from Monsoon Wedding, who should be Punjabi, became Parsi. Oh my God, that's amazing. What a story. But so just tell us, so it's a run of many shows, right, that you all are doing?
Yeah. So it actually, I mean, we are currently in tech, which is crazy, but we open 16th night is dress, 17th is our soft opening, and 21st actually is a grand gala, and everyone's being, because 20th is the opening of the World Cup here. Apparently, a lot of those people have also been invited to our gala. So I'm like, so it opens on the 27th. Yeah.
All the celebrities around football.
No.
I think
All the
if you're
celebrities
Leo
around
Messi
football.
and playing for Argentina, I mean, surely you're not going around going to a nightclub and going to watch a play. I mean, he's supposed to be practicing and in the mood.
No, not them. But there are tons of these people. So like, I know there's so many.
Indian football team is free. Indian football team is free.
I'm sure they would love to see Monsoon Wedding. So,
Shweta just sent a lesson. Good morning, guys. I joined a little late. It's not the price tag. It's the par of the specs ka sticker. And the par is 1.5.
Don't you know
Cyrus,
the par,
you don't even know
Cyrus? And
your-
why do you?
It was
Can you imagine?
1.5. Roshan, listen.
Kajol,
it
ye
was
kya
1.25.
aadmi hai?
Boss, then you have to go there and get this thing checked. And it's very embarrassing because you want to fatao when looking at the letters. B, C, D. I do it really fast and hope they don't pick it up. Yeah.
My number's 8.
8?
8.
Your eye
What are you
minus
saying?
8.
Minus 8. But then that's hereditary. It's not because I slept and watched TV.
Do you hate your parents?
No, my dad
8
gave
is
it
a
to
lot,
me.
yeah.
8 is a lot.
Come on,
yeah.
I mean, you got to pick it. At some point, have the discussion. Dad, what did you do? Yeah. Roshan,
But is
what are your numbers?
8 is distance or is it kick? But I don't know.
Distance.
But that's great. You don't get to see Indian men.
I don't get to see anything once I take off my glasses.
So then the world is a better place. Come on.
I was
don't
going to
complain.
say that. I was going to say the future looks so nice then.
So you go for the Meera Nair show, you'll be clapping all the time.
Oh,
It's all
God.
audio.
No.
Hey, bro, Roshan, you got to sing, right? In this? So somebody said me he's practicing, he's got his voice classes or something like that. Somebody's having this conversation with Saukar.
Oh my God.
So-
Nadir, were you talking to Nadir or one of these guys?
I think maybe it's something to do with Saukar. But a word has got around that Roshan is doing voice training. So then the option for us is to please request Enrico Caruso, Elvis Presley, Shamsher Begum. Can you give us something?
I can give you Elvis Presley, if you want.
Come on,
But,
give us a line or two. Or is it too early in the morning?
No, it's good. So you know I can be found sitting all alone.
Oh, they both understand. You can
yeah,
come around. At least please tell the phone.
Will be cruel.
Wow.
To a heart
Nice.
We just lost 20 listeners.
No, this is really nice.
So you're doing Elvis. What are you doing in Monsoon Wedding?
Yeah, Monsoon Wedding, I must tell you. So Monsoon Wedding, there's a song which I do, which is called Angan. And there's a beautiful song at the end called Riya, Please Come Home, which is that real cry from Lalit to get the magic daughter back who's sort of
more
left
like
the
after
family.
drinking heavily.
No, but I'm Cyrus. I must tell you, yeah, the music by Vishal Bhardwaj has done such phenomenal songs that they are earworms. Yeah, we come out of rehearsal and we're walking on the road and we keep we'll see buses going and say, no matter where you journey, Allah
But that's
will.
why. See, I'm asking you that question. I was thinking if you have to repeat the song every day, as much as we love all the songs we love, the marginal utility of the product goes out of the window after some time. 5, 6, 10 baar kiya to.
No, yeah, you know what happens is, backstage there's so much fun. We keep using the songs to define different situations, So suddenly there'll be like yesterday was one point where the light, there was some issue and we had to wait for 10 minutes. So there's a song called We're All in This Together from Now. So everybody comes up with stuff saying, Chalo, lage hue hain.
Good
But that's the
camaraderie.
joy of it.
You're
Good
like
camaraderie,
you're like the Congress at the moment, walking from Telangana to Maharashtra. The Bharat Jodo Yatra. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's like, Rahul ji, kahan hai? Rahul, he's in front. Roshan, don't commit. It's okay. You're in Doha. You don't have to come back. Remember, you're safe.
Hey, Roshan, you're not coming back for the Spoken Fest?
We've talked about the Spoken Fest.
Oh, you are?
I am actually. Thankfully, there's an off day, so I'm flying in 19th evening. I won't be there on the first day, but I'll be there on the second. Frankly, the biggest joy was the fact that from all the pressure I used to take to do spoken every year, Now there are a whole bunch of young kids who do it, and they've done tremendously. Yeah, they've done better. They've got more sponsorship than I got. They've got better curation than I have. So they're okay, done. Now I can just come and attend.
And plus, you got a singing career, so everybody wins. Yeah.
Sab theek hai. And I might get a Baman role.
You might, but you're saying no. You're getting the Baman role. You're saying no. But
I'm telling you, no. I said I failed those auditions because Baman is like such a versatile actor. I was like, boss, this is not me just now. So better get those, get the gear working again.
Get the guy who can really look like a mad scientist.
Exactly. Cyrus Roshan.
I'm like the guy who can't get into college. They don't have that character anymore. The guy's outside. The watchman doesn't let him in.
You won't get into college because you won't get through the door frame. I saw it bloody one or two of your Instagram pictures. You're like this. You're a definition of that V. Where is this? How?
Yeah,
how? What are you lifting? What are you lifting?
Well, any old person who needs to help, I pick them up and I do what I can for society. Yeah, touch wood. But coming back to spoken for a second, you mentioned young kids are running it. By young kids, do you mean Saurabh Kanwar, who was on the show? Because he's not young. He's 71.
No. Yeah. No. So Saurabh heads the team, but honestly, we've got we've got kids right out of college who actually bought. We did one day when we got all of them and said, okay, come with your own presentations if we were all dead. So I give them the best scenario in the world.
A positive reinforcement.
I said all the founders of Commune were on a flight. They didn't make it to the other end.
Hi. What is this? This is unnecessary. That was enough. Why detail? Detail mat dena.
In management speak, it's called a pre-mortem.
Oh,
so you actually do a pre-mortem of
pre-mortem instead of post-mortem.
Yeah, exactly. So you do that. So basically, we told them that come with your ideas, and yeah, the ideas they came. Firstly, they came with so much hip hop and rap and stuff which I had no clue about. Yeah. Then the kind of experiences or the curation they were talking of getting. So we've got this girl Srushti Tawade who's just killing it on Hustle. I don't know whether you've heard her. MTV Hustle.
No idea.
She is no, but she's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant young girl. I mean, so she's a rapper. She's there. Babil Khan, Irfan's son, is there. We've got.
He's a rapper. Irfan's son, a rapper.
No, he's not a rapper. He's coming and just doing a story about the whole idea of living with the loss of Irfan, the expectations. Because see, we've got so many things. We've got storytelling, poetry, rap, music. It's crazy. Yeah.
I can do one thing for you guys if you're interested. I can balance glasses of water on my pecs. It's big hit with people. Yeah, I'm called to parties. I mean,
can you do that while reciting your favorite poem?
I can. Through the trees, I spied a cow. I said to myself, "Bola Ram, be brave." Yeah, I can.
What
was perfect?
That's the ballad of Bola Ram. All Parsis know it.
What? No one's explained this. What?
Into jungle I am went, fighting tiger I am bent. They're beautiful. These words resonate. You can't. Once you have that kind of education, you're safe.
Who's written this?
Ballad of Bola Ram. The whole of the world wrote it. It's a folk song. I mean, I suppose Bola Ram's dad.
Okay.
After
Bola Ram crashes into a cave wall and dies.
I have never heard anything like this.
Terrible pre-mortem story. Telling these young kids, we all died. Now what do you want to do? They come with all their ideas.
Because as I said, so I told Saurabh, in fact, I said, the biggest lesson to us is just get out of their way, let them do stuff. And they're doing a brilliant job, yeah. So
can we get back to Saurabh for a second? Yes. I don't want to get personal, but something's fishy with his hair. It was stuck in a bun and it was solid. Because when I hugged him and said hi, my hand just hit his head slightly and my finger banged against the hair and I got like a fracture. Because it was like solid. What's that?
Yeah, because that is some form of glue that he's put because his hair is always slicked back. As you know, and he's got that pepper hair.
Yeah.
Abhi tak pata nahi kya.
I don't know. I'm very worried. Is it glue or is it that what males emanate to have children? Because you were telling me, beta, you were saying that's how you keep your hair tandurust. What the hell?
Sparsh has had a haircut.
So going by your philosophy, invest in youth. We have two young guys, 22-year-old Sparsh and 28-year-old Rishi, who are the only sincere people in this whole podcast. So we have the same idea as you.
Sparsh is the one who's been messaging and checking and whatever. So thank you,
he's very thorough.
For all the check-ins all the time, yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Anytime you want to be checked into hotels, whatever you call it, he's your guy. But has no work here. Just usko phone kar. He along with what is the Miss Shweta Taude, the other girl, the rapper.
Srushti.
But Shrishti, by the way, so Shrishti, Sparsh is a musician, aspiring musician. He's on Spotify and he's doing really well. What? Beta, come on, you need to promote. The Roshan's your guy. He picks up the phone. Next thing you know, you're a mad scientist's son in a film nobody wants to watch. Come on. No respect. Okay. Spoken. We have to finish on Spoken. So you were telling us about Spoken. So basically, what all can people expect? We're just trying to promote the show, the event actually, 19th, 20th November.
Cyrus.
So there you go.
Yep. So we've got over 75 performers. We've got Veer Das. We've got When Chai Met Toast.
You separated him from the performers, so he's just standing there.
No. So Veer is actually so. I'll be honest. I actually did for a reason because Veer is coming and doing. We have a segment where people come and do an interview. So he's coming and doing a 20-minute thing with Tess Joseph, who's a casting director, very well known, also a curator. So that's what Veer is coming to do. And actually, I got a message from Veer this morning saying, "Don't panic. I put up an announcement. I think he's got into some big Marvel film or something." He's not saying it. Yeah, I think so. I'm guessing.
He's playing a superhero.
Yeah.
Wow.
If that Kamal Nanjiani or whatever can play it, why can't Veer? Veer can do a better job.
That guy's proper American. Veer is like Dali Shali American.
But he's doing so well, man. So Veer is there. We've got Kausar Munir. We've got Ehsas Chanana. We've got Nikhil Taneja. How many names do I take? So there's Sid Sriram who's doing some great music. Alif.
We have our own Sriram. You can take him also.
Really?
We have an extra Sriram. Yeah.
No problem. So we can have Sriram squared.
Some of these guys are comedians also, or they're all different?
No. So there is a bunch of people. So Rahul Subramaniam is there as well. There's Smoky Suresh. Both of them are there as well performing. Because see, the whole idea of Spoken Fest is to celebrate the spoken word in whatever form. So we've got people coming in. We've in the past had Zakir and Tanmay, etc. also come and do stories. So it's essentially stories, poetry, music where words are far more there. Because I just find that you've always got that one festival you can go to where you want to tune out, but our festival's a lot more about tuning in. Our festival's a lot more about discovering yourself, maybe creatively. You'll find people. I mean, and it's highly accessible. So
how does one GeoGuard is it? How does one get there? Although Saurabh was trying to explain, but we weren't listening.
Just go to Bandra Kurla complex, and wherever you're hearing the happiest sounds from, just go there.
Bandra Kurla police station. Maro mat! I'm Veer Das. I'm a Marvel Avenger.
And tickets are there, and they're very reasonable at $8.99. Where will you get a festival? Compare us to the Lollapaloozas who are 6,000, 10,000.
You're right. In fact, forget Lollapalooza, for Diwali I paid 1,000.
Where did you go?
See,
I'm not a Hindu, no, so I had to pay. You don't know about this. Kajol, you don't know about what's happening in the country, bro. All kinds of things are happening. But there's one thing you're not doing, which I don't want to be critical, but as a holistic thinker, I feel that you're not doing one of the great things Indians do, which is staring. Do you have a staring performer? You know how Indian men just stare? They stand around and just stare at anything.
It's a spoken word, na? The words.
But he's got friends like Saukar and Gaurav Kapoor. They stare all the time. He just calls them up. Ek kone pe ye wala, ek kone pe wo wala, and they'll just stare. Bus. And Saukar will stay with a pout. He does a pout like Narasimha Rao, the Prime Minister.
Yes, sir. Saukar will be the one who'll be calling, saying, Roshi Poshi.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
No, Roshi Poshi, मैं थोड़ा late हूँ.
मैं थोड़ा late.
Show आज ही है. हाँ, ठीक है. They ask you, show आज ही है. What do you say? You have no idea the heart attacks you'll get with a live event with Saukar. Ask Roshan. Are you crazy?
No, not just that. So you got Saukar, who, as he said, is this perpetually. Saukar will call you with an idea. By the time he's finished with the idea, it will never get executed because in his head it already happened.
He's already bought the car because of the money they made.
It can be a venture, it can be a film, it can be ho gaya, whatever. Then there is Gaurav Kapoor on the other side, who is GK, as we call him, is guilty Kapoor, because it's never his fault, it's always yours. if he comes to your place late, then you tell him saying, GK, you're late by now. Yeah, you called on a day when there's so much traffic. By the end of it, you are apologizing to him.
What about the third guy, the Samir Kochar? What's he like? He's the one I know least. Yeah.
Kocher's the vibe. Kocher's the jawline.
Yeah.
कोचर बेचारा देखो कोचर is full on actor. I mean he's such so gorgeous and lovely as actor. पर वो बेचारा उसमें मतलब मैं देखा कि वो फुटबॉल भी खेल रहा होता है तो उसकी जॉलाइन दिख रही होती है.
You know, heading the ball into goal and just pausing for the photo.
But you'll work on your jawlines, right, actors?
Not me. I have only a fat like
No,
cheeks.
but you'll do exercises for the jawline.
No, I think hero types do यार. हम लोग तो क्या है हमारा क्या अब तो जो जा खड़ा कर दो.
So what you're saying is John Abraham and all talk with a little bit of Totla because it's a jawline.
Oh, shut up! I did not say anything like that. No.
Okay, because you have to, push your jaw out. Yeah. Arjun Rampal. I worked with Arjun Rampal on a film, and the first take we did, I couldn't hear what he was saying.
Why?
It was in his idea to be very natural. He talks really softly.
Okay.
And slightly, we all raised in the theater, ours is double loud firstly. Even in a normal scene, people are sitting. So it's like my line is Kal kya time pe aayega aap? Something like, I'm screaming at him and he goes,
Roshan, you were saying?
He's very true. So Arjun was a junior of mine in college in Delhi. So I remember when he walked into the hostel, we turned and said, now to this man, we thought that he was just a magnet for all the girls, so we just wanted to hang around Arjun.
Hey, I know all your stories from Hindu college and all. Don't you dare start all this. Don't act innocent, brother. तेरा इतिहास में लिखा है भाई. The great Roshan. The Roshni.
But Arjun, I'm telling you, Arjun, he's so right about this thing. Arjun, jab baat, like, when you looked at Arjun, it was Arjun. When Arjun spoke, you were like, ye kaun hai? Kahan? Because
he's always spoken like that.
Yeah.
He's great fun, okay? He's really great fun, but he's soft-spoken and deep. Yeah. So it's
Very
guttural.
soft.
You can't pick it up because the notes are all low. And the scene goes all over the place because two actors and another... there's some like a murder scene going on or whatever. And I mean, two people are hyper and one guy's like... I'm just thinking, how can we all be in different movies at the same time?
Very true, yeah. Very true.
But so, fun
I
guy.
think... Yeah, he's a otherwise he's
so now we know why, na? Roshan का junior था ना, इसका क्या मतलब है? Obviously, कि the बेचारा he was trained by Roshan. Roshan don't lie. What you're saying is that
but let me tell you,
you wanted to keep him down because he's good looking, so you said you talk like this wherever you go.
Cyrus, the junior who was actually trained by me, for whom I take responsibility on certain days, is Arnab Goswami.
What?
Arnab was in debating because he became part of the debating team in Delhi University and was part of the debating team with me, and he was my junior. So if you coached
him?
Kajol, no, I'm telling you, I coached him. I said we did things together, but I'm the one guy who, whether I was on Times Now or Republic TV, got 2 minutes to speak always. Always.
Because,
hey, that's more than we get on Cyrus's podcast.
Firstly, the comparison. Firstly, really, yeah.
So was Arnab all that fiery even in college? Like,
no, he wasn't, not at all. It was, I think post NDTV, he suddenly realized that because
it was 2611, bro. He reinvented himself in 2611, where he started talking in this very patriotic, jingoistic sort of mixed way. It wasn't there even the first 2 years when he ran that channel. It only happened after that. So, Roshan, you're off the hook. Huh? You weren't responsible for creating.
No, but what were you saying about him?
His views?
I was saying, if you actually go to the newsroom and talk to him before the show,
he's different.
It's like this conversation. Yeah. It's this conversation. So it would almost be like, so what's happening? And this happening with kid, and suddenly he'll be on camera and go, today the tea. Where is it from?
Yeah. The Chinese have poisoned the tea, and you're buying the television from a Chinese manufacturer. Yeah. But
and sometimes when I message him, I'm like, always like, how does one check? Bro, when did you become two people? Or
but the other way will be funnier, na? If he's screaming and shouting and then goes to break and he goes like, "And Roshan, you're a liar, and let me tell you, you're a liar. You are a liar. You are a liar." Break. Acha, Roshan, kuch loge? I mean, it just switches. I mean, that would be so much fun. Yeah, they should show that. Yeah.
But if you go live, I'm telling you, if you go live on the show, this is what happens. At the end of the show, suddenly you'll get up and you're walking around with this thing saying, "It was really good, right?" And it's absolutely normal.
But was he a liberal sort of guy? Since you guys are on the same I'm presuming all slightly left of center
100.
students in
Yes,
Delhi.
yes,
तो क्या हुआ फिर?
absolutely. पता नहीं यार. I really don't know.
Marriage. Women change you. Women change a lot of us.
What?
Huh. I just wanted
Marriage.
one more dog. Next thing I know, my life changed. Yeah.
Aisha will kill you, man.
Aisha doesn't listen to the show. Yeah. She has no idea. She's busy doing Iron Man women's version.
Oh,
To promote women, it was free.
she's doing the entire tournament, like the running, the cycling.
So she
the
did one of the three, but next year she wants to do all three. So
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that is massive.
It's
She
massive.
could also do one of them each year and combine the 3 years and say, oh yeah.
I always ask, what is the budget? So apparently it was free for women because they're trying to promote women this year. It was 52 grand for entry. What kind of people do Iron Man? You got to be freaking rich. So
Yeah, you
poor
have
people
to.
who are real Iron Man cannot do it because 52,000 means 6 months. You won't
I
get
had a
home.
friend who did Ironman.
Huh.
But he trained for 2 years and he should go to bed at I think 6 o'clock in the evening and
Very
wake
good.
up. But yeah.
Very good. So a lot of masturbation.
I
There's a lot
know.
of women who will be like, I'll jump in 5:45.
No, you can't. They just get so dedicated to what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's
It's obsessive.
It's
It's
obsessive.
not dedicated. It's like this
It's
young
like
man.
Cyrus in the gym.
Yeah. That's true to
I'm
some
telling
extent.
you, I am so intimidated by those pictures. कि क्या करता है? कितना time? 2 घंटा day, 2 hours
But
a day.
Roshan, if I get some work, then I'll go and do it. And in the meantime, what do you want me to do? I have to at least leave the house looking respectable in long pants. Tracks.
There will be a day, Brocha, when somebody will get access to your State Bank passbook because I'm certain that your account is still in State Bank. Right? And it is handwritten entries because it's handwritten entries because it doesn't want anyone to ever know.
You fucking genius. What a stereotype, but true. And my office
And there
is
will
right
be-
there next to State Bank. Main branch.
And there will be 100 crores se zyada in it, but he won't be able to
Oh,
access it
so
because he'll have
sweet.
forgotten the password.
ये password क्या होता है? Forget. When did they come up with that stupid thing?
so
Old
do you
days-
use digital banking at all?
I don't do anything.
Okay.
I have a few
Nothing.
people who help me. Yeah.
There was a time when to get in touch with Cyrus Brocha, we had to dial one landline number because he didn't have a mobile. He didn't believe in it.
Oh.
I only got a mobile at 43. I was forced to because of the
I
kids.
swear.
Oh, because of picking and dropping kids.
But how do you manage your work otherwise? Like
It was fine. They find you. Times of India found me inside Chicken Center drinking at 10 in the night. 3 of these guys come executives. They located us. Yeah. Then once we were stopped, somebody for Cadbury, they reached me in the airport.
what?
Inside the airport. Because in those days you could come in.
This kind of
If
sounds
they want to
cool,
find you,
yeah.
they find you.
This sounds kind of
I
cool.
don't
Yeah.
really believe this networking thing here. Kunal does all the networking. He was attends everything and all that. I don't know what.
Kunal doesn't do the networking. Kunal just wants to go and taste food everywhere. That's it.
Loneliness में एक चीज है भाई. What does he do? शाम को 6 बजे के बाद क्या करेगा वो? He goes to the next
He's
party.
picked
It's fine.
the best profession. Now you can walk in anywhere and go in and sit and chat up with people and eat food.
And they will come to
And
khilao
food-
you once they know who you are. Like if you're like an influencer with food, they come to khilao you. So you get the best food also, and they don't charge you generally. I think it's a dream job.
But you say he's not eating these days.
So that's because of pancreatitis, the pancreatitis or whatever it is,
Okay.
which is like the irony of all time.
There are no tits in that.
There is.
Pancreatitis.
Roshan, एक और tis है उसमें. It's a pancreatitis. Pancreatitis.
The tightest thing yet.
Arey baba.
Pancreatitis.
Brother, you got State Bank right.
So what does he eat?
So he can't eat a lot of things and he has to be careful. So it's a bit of it's like torture.
Yeah, because I
You
can
got
imagine
access to food and you can't eat it. It's
he doesn't
terrible.
have cheat days and all.
Yeah. Then the pain happens. You know what it is, right?
And I
It's
don't know
immediate
what it is.
pain. What?
Kunal.
Again, you're talking about me. Arey Roshan, he's a very touchy guy. Yaar. He's a very touchy guy.
Kunal-
Don't mention this.
Kunal, I love all your impersonations, and I remember attending that show in Andrews where you were playing everything from Lata Mangeshkar to I don't know how many people you played.
Who promptly
Sure.
was no more, and so we could not play that role again. Yeah,
I saw it before.
just be careful. Yeah. Statute of limitations.
But explain pancreatitis.
You're still there.
Yeah, I
He
just
got upset. So what happens is your pancreas stop functioning properly,
Okay.
and you feel pain with sort of most foods going in. It's a
Most
very
of-
bland diet to avoid it, and quantity has to be less.
Oh
No
shit!
medication.
There's no real medication. No, there's no real way to cure it. There's no cure, so you can just control the pain to some extent and
Oh,
all that. So
God.
be careful. So yeah. So what I do is we order like lots of good food, and then we sit next to him and we eat.
You're mean.
Yeah, we're
It-
We're like Kunal, ye dekh.
Dashal, tell me one
Kunal, ye
thing.
dekh.
Bolo.
Kunal, ye bhi dekh.
I wanted to
Uh,
ask you, where do you get those questions that you ask, man? They are so superb.
Oh, thank you. So I run a quiz on.
He likes the ladies. I told you about this guy.
No, it's my question.
Just to show me up.
No.
This is quiz, Cyrus. This is.
Arnab was a ladies' man, Roshan, in your estimation?
नहीं, not.
नहीं? But उसका वो reverse style है ना? I'll avoid them, ignore them, and then they'll fall for me. There's also a technique. Rishi is doing that here, our engineer. Yeah.
So I run a quiz on Twitter called Quizzy Time.
Yeah.
But the questions are because I just like reading and I kind of follow obscure articles to other obscure articles. And I love getting out things which even I didn't know. So, yes.
But that's
No,
what you
there are
read,
some-
no? What's the point of reading?
No,
You know
Cyrus.
I don't understand people read.
The questions are really incredible. I wanted to just tell her because I think that it
Thank
takes us.
See what?
Yeah.
This is why he's the king. You see, he makes everybody feel good. He and Shahrukh, they're two people I know.
What's
You spend
wrong
5
with that?
He never
What
makes
is
you feel
wrong with
bad.
that?
Because then it makes us look even worse.
Yes.
Look what I'm doing, man. Hate these guys. Yeah. Imagine Arnab came out of the Roshan Abbas stable. And he's being very humble about this, but he was like the alpha. And I know all about his past, right?
All right.
So he's a big name in Delhi growing up in terms of school, college. He did everything. It was like Roshan Abbas, radio. He was like a pioneer everywhere else. So all these bachas of his, like if Arnab was one, he was one of the ha sir, chai pila do. He's one of those guys. Yeah. So he has to take responsibility. There's equity of Arnab is in his pocket right now as we speak. Yeah. You created
Right.
Goswami, Roshan Abbas, and then you ran away to Doha because you can't live here anymore.
Speaking of obscure facts, so I normally present a day on.
It's diabetic day today.
It's not diabetic day.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is. It is.
It is all-
We're not celebrating
I got
that.
congratulated by my doctor. He's counting his money.
No, it's not
Children's
Children's
Day
Day.
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, but we're not celebrating
Both the
that
days
either.
are there.
No,
You're
we're not.
denying
We're
these
not.
days.
No, today.
Chacha Nehru's birthday.
Today is Odd Socks Day.
That's what we're going for.
You're going for
Okay.
Odd Socks Day. Okay, it's an important day
Okay.
where you're supposed to wear socks of different kinds on your feet.
Okay.
But why is
Yeah.
there? What's the story behind it? Origin story?
It's to celebrate Anti-Bullying Week. It's a start of Anti-Bullying Week where we go out looking different because we are supporting people who are different.
So
You've got two old socks here. They all look very different.
I thought you were going to. I was worried, Roshan, that you're going to rhyme the word socks with something else. Too old.
blocks.
Rocks.
Keep trying.
Rocks.
When you reach the right word, I'll cough. Or
But
so go
Brocha,
on. Bol.
Brocha, I must say,
Bolo.
but you know, but really, I sometimes feel that being on the show right now, you should just give him that question in the morning because then Brocha at least for 4 hours will be occupied with something. Because this guy, ये क्या करता है यार?
Yeah. Oh, I like it, bro.
Brocha, tell me your day routine once. What is your day routine? Dincharya.
Okay. 4:43, my alarm goes. But mostly I get up before that and shut it.
4:43. Why so specific?
I brought it down from 47 to get 4 more minutes. I feel like I rushed
No,
too
but
much.
why can't you have 45? Why do you need a odd number?
Each minute counts because my Saluki doesn't like to move. He's really lazy.
Who?
My male
Okay.
dog, Peter.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
Mary likes to leave, so we just put on clothes and run out of the room without peeing or anything. But then I have to. Peter sometimes wants to be massaged, and so it takes 3-4 minutes to do that.
Okay.
He wants a big hello in the morning. Unlike Aisha, he likes to be cuddled. So, unlike Aisha by me, I don't know. She's in Goa with friends doing Iron Man. Yeah. Then I go down, I walk them 15-20 minutes. We're free on the road, and there's nobody there. It's lovely at that time. Then we come back up, and I make my stuff for the gym, pack my bag, and 5:44, I'm downstairs because 5:45 I need to leave the building. It takes a minute to get out. And then by under 6 I'm in the gym, and 6 sharp I'm on, and 7:25 I'm out. 7:25 I'm at the breakfast table with the lads, and we eat our different foods. The vegetarians eat whatever they call food. I eat my eggs, and
By your eggs, you mean like 10 of them?
12. And
Ooh.
then I have a bath.
Okay.
I have the world record, as you know, everybody knows on this show, for 23 seconds. I've actually done a 14, but they're not willing to. It's like I was on anabolics or something, and the 14 doesn't count and all that. Because they're saying I didn't use soap, but I did use soap. Because we have this liquid soap, so it's a dispenser.
Yeah, but you can't get liquid soap off so fast.
Oh, you get it off. On and off. And I can do it all in a second. I wish I could show it to you. One day, if Roshan produces this film, if his career is going nowhere, and he decides, let's take a chance, Arnab and me, it's a movie. These two guys who just have baths.
Wow. That'll be phenomenal.
Huh? Can you imagine? The nation needs to see. Yeah.
Shall we go into a break?
By the way, my day ended. Huh? 8 o'clock
Sorry,
I've left.
no, go on. Finish your day.
8 o'clock I've left.
Finish.
So 3 days a week I come here. So I'm here at 8:35, 8:40 if the traffic is light, even though it's far away. And there's nobody here. And we are waiting outside in sweating. Then Rishi comes from Panvel and he's waiting outside. And Suresh, this is a reminder to Amit. Every day Suresh, who lives nearby, doesn't bring the key and doesn't come on time. And we are stuck. But well done. And Suresh will go far in life because of this. I'm telling you. For some reason, we were just like victims hanging around waiting for me to open the studio. But then last night I had to do this show that we did in Jeff Goldberg's studio. Which means I only slept at 11:47. That's the time I put the light off. Yeah, so I had really less sleep. And I peed once between that time also. So
that's really something we want to know.
I peed 3 times in a 7-hour sleep. So now I peed once in a 4.5-hour sleep, which I thought was a good fraction. I think Roshan's show is lost. I mean, we got him on Monsoon Wedding, spoke, all that. I mean, where have we gone? Even Arnab was nice, but this is like really wrong. Yeah.
No, I really,
it's 10:36.
Because...
We need to go to a break.
Yeah. I think he wants to leave. Forget break. Roshan is like, rehearsal chalu hai. Sorry, boys.
We'll be back.
You won't believe, Abhi, today we are, sorry, before you go into the break, today we have something called a 10-12. So I was like, ye kya hota hai? So because we've got this guy from our stage managers from New York and whatever, and he was giving us this whole thing of saying, no, it's a 12-hour shift where you work 10 hours and you get a 2-hour break. But we start at 11 and we go on till 11. And it's
11 a.m.
11 a.m. to 11 p.m. So.
Oh, and you're 1.5 hours behind us. So right now it's 9:06.
It's 8. No, I'm 2.5 hours behind you. It's 8 a.m. here.
Wow.
I got up at 7:15. I actually got up at 6:30 for you, Cyrus, here. That much I love you.
Wow. I don't know if that's love. I get up at 4:43. I'm at 6:30. You sound like a lazy bastard. What the hell?
You fucker. That's what I'm saying. But you must be in bed by 8 p.m., right?
9:15.
See, I knew it.
Yeah. But so you're alone there. Where's Shaheen? Where you just parked
there? So Shaheen is coming here. So Shaheen is coming here on the 21st when we have our big premiere.
When you come back from Bombay. Yeah.
When I come back from Bombay, yeah. After Spoken, so she'll come with me here.
So how do we get tickets? How do we get tickets to watch the show?
To Monsoon Wedding?
Yeah.
So it's on Qatar Creates and it's on Qatar Live. If you go there, it's I was quite amazed because it's a 1,500 seater and apparently it's quite sold. Sold out on. We were told yesterday that we've got some houseful shows. I'm like,
so this will be like the Desi community coming or non-Desi community also?
There's a lot of, because the beauty of it is that frankly Meera's crafted something which I genuinely think is global and the film actually has got fans everywhere. So we had a whole bunch of people in our cast who are from across the globe. Edwin, who used to be in Beauty and the Beast and moved to New York, the guy who was doing it in India.
Was he the Beauty or the Beast?
He was the Beast.
I thought so.
And so he was telling me that he's got a whole bunch of American friends who've come down and who are coming to see the show.
But what language is it in?
It's English.
Oh, okay.
It's English.
But it's a musical also, no? So it's really, you could go see a French musical, honestly. Huh? Disrespect. I'm just saying that sounded wrong.
No, and the other great part is that we preserved kawa from the original film. We preserved that chunari, which stay as they are.
But then you're wondering why Indian words are always said twice and thrice. No, because like you could just say kawa. Kawa. Chunari. The American guys go, what's wrong with these guys? And they haven't made one up. Yeah. We take the break. Let's take the break.
And honestly, Sai, I'll tell you, I think that this will go on to become something global. This play is too good. Yeah. It's genuinely, when I read the script, I thought it has great potential, but there's such good actors. You got Namit Das. Namit is playing PK Dubey. You've seen Namit in Suitable Boy. He has a band. He's a great actor. So he's there. We've got a bunch of we've got Charu Shankar, we've got Mansi Multani, there's Edwin, and all these people. And frankly, the cast is superb. Man.
Why don't you have Mini Mathur, my favorite?
I swear I was going to talk to you about Mini 10 minutes ago, because I said that if ever Cyrus is in a bad mood, just say Mini Mathur.
Why?
I like her.
He loves
Okay.
her. He loves Mini.
She's very likable.
Okay.
She's my kind of woman. Sorry,
During
Kabir.
during
Don't
his
mean it that way.
MTV days, I remember when we used to in our struggler days and whatever, Mini used to have this 1 BHK apartment where those parties used to happen. Remember?
Yeah.
And
Oh boy,
and
not that party
Cyrus
story.
would come all the way from town. From
To
town
where?
Warsaw. For
To
Cyrus,
Warsaw.
Varsova.
coming to Warsaw is like going to another country
Without getting paid, huh? Kajol, without getting paid.
without getting paid.
Yeah. And she was
But he
married,
would come.
about to get married to that fellow.
Kabir.
Oh.
And
And still
she
like
would,
him.
and both Cyruses, I mean the other Cyrus also joined in, but
But the other side is like their offspring. So his relationship is different. He's like that Delhi boy who's lost. So Kabir, they all feel bad for the Delhi boy who's lost, and they bring him in and all that. And of course, he would come late for the party also, but that's another story for another day.
Though he lived in Warsaw.
Though he lived in opposite.
But
Okay.
but I mean, those days, and then Cyrus would be there, and we've had some really fun times. So that one room would be filled with people on every peripheral corner and whatever, and of course because we used to stay very close, Cyrus and we would be the last people to leave.
Also because the cops would come after somebody threw glasses out of the window. I remember somebody threw glasses out of the
What?
window.
Seriously?
Probably me. Yeah, I don't know, man. We were such bad drunkards. No, I was, and a
Mhm.
couple of others, but not Roshan. Roshan kept his shape. He behaved nicely. He's lucky enough to stay in that thing where he's really happy and great and boisterous enough, but never gets into a really bad space. And then
Okay.
they're the bad drunks. So I was one of those.
Okay.
Like Minnie used to tell me, why can you remain a happy drunk? Because the first half is so good, and then after that, you want to pee outside the balcony, and you want to
Oh,
throw
God.
things, and you start crying for no reason.
Really?
It was start playing Hindustani classical or something. I cried.
Okay.
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
A break. I know everybody wanted to take a break. Please take it.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cock and Bull, Cyrus, Antariksh and Shriram discussed the Congress landing in legal turmoil for using a KGF 2 song and Kanye West's verbal fast. On The Habit Coach, Ashton tells us how song lyrics can act as affirmations. On Simplified, the gang recounts the multiple crises that have befallen the UK and what to expect from PM Rishi Sunak. On The Advertiser's Guide to the Galaxy, Karthik explores a medicine print ad and looks at the messaging of a model dressed as doctors. And on All Things Policy, the Takshashila folks discuss genetically modified plants. Once again, don't forget to visit our merch store on ivmpodcasts.com. We have some exciting stuff for you. Follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. If you like our shows, spread the word, tell your friends, and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. You'll also find all our shows on youtube.com/IVM Podcasts. Thank you for making this possible.
All right. Hope you're having a great time watching this show called, what's the name? Cyrus something. And before we go to part 2, please like and subscribe. I was just testing myself. I always do that from time to time. Yeah, like and subscribe to the channel ASAP. And then we'll come back with great stuff. Not really. Roshan bhai, do you know that we also have an Abbas out here? But well, his name is Abbas, but he's no relation to you. He's one of our podcasts. He's a producer. He's doing his own show called Has It Aged Well. He's great fun, actually. He's a good comic. Put him on your spoken. Why don't you put one of our guys? Anybody drops out, can we put our guys on your spoken? We've got a couple of young.
Buddy.
Yeah.
You should.
Can you use influence? Oh, that's right. It's your show. He's quietly put all the youngsters in charge. मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता. खुद मेरे को रोका watchman. And that really happens, huh? You could be the CEO and the watchman doesn't know you. You got to be the guy who's actually involved. Otherwise, they don't know who you are.
Naturally,
Yeah,
no Roshan.
No.
Watchmen are a breed apart, brother. Watchmen, the guys who stop you at buildings and all that, who just don't recognize who the hell you are, they are just wonderful. They'll stop Shahrukh. You just don't know. Yeah.
This is Shah Rukh's favorite story. He says he was going to Delhi to do a show at Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, and the cop stopped him outside saying कि कौन हो? So it turns out Shah Rukh Khan. So the cop looked at him and turned and said, हाँ सब यही बोलते हैं.
Oh no. Is Shah Rukh recognizable in person?
100%.
Okay.
I can't think of anyone who looks like Shahrukh except Sunil Grover when he wears makeup. But that's about it.
Okay.
And also Shahrukh is rarely alone. There's always 30,000
I would imagine.
on. The fans will come out of everywhere. Any public place, people will be staring at him. This is a rare thing, but this is also Delhi. Okay, this is a different story.
But I must tell you, for 2 years, I played host for Shahrukh Khan before I did the film for Red Chillies. But I mean, working with him is another joy, man.
Played host, matlab?
यार मैं एंकर करता था उसके बाद globally. I would travel the globe with him and do
shows.
Yeah. So we used to do. He was ICICI's brand ambassador, and wherever they used to have these private banking events, Singapore, Dubai, London, etc., I would just go with them, and it was so much fun. And you know, he honestly, Cyrus would have been a brilliant host for him, except that Cyrus would not let him talk. That's the only issue. You know? So
I've had that experience. He doesn't stop talking. Huh?
Who doesn't stop? You don't stop talking.
Shahrukh also. You ask Shahrukh a simple yes/no question. There's no yes/no answer.
Both of them.
Shahrukh, are you coming for the show? And then 15 minutes of conversation. It's like that.
so that's what used to happen in that time, and it was but he was backstage. Now you can't imagine this guy's preparation, his speed, or what he used to pick up and stuff. And then he would come on stage and do these things. Like I remember sitting next to him and turning and saying something. So Shahrukh, why don't you tell me something about this? And he came close and he said, "Iska jawab main dunga, lekin pehle aao aur pass." He'd go nuts, man. But he was brilliant with an audience.
But he's so secure as a person, Shahrukh, that he doesn't get troubled by anything. If you ever work with him, nothing bothers him in the sense that, you know, you can tell him something on the spot, you can go off the cuff, you can do whatever. He'll take you on.
Yeah.
He's a real, like, he really believes in himself. He's that kind of guy. There are many artists who don't. Okay, they'll want a full coaching, full double checking, full setting, and if you go off it, they don't talk to you forever.
Like who?
It's okay. Roshan will know better than me. I don't remember names. I've got Alzheimer's. They all look the same. Cross volley ceiling. Sub double pancake laga ke aate log. You don't know what they look like also, really. Yeah.
No, but I remember
I'm a huge fan.
Aamir Khan got very upset with me once because I was on stage.
Because you were taller.
He used to do that Rubik's Cube. He used to do it.
Yeah.
Rubik's Cube what?
No, he's supposed to be really good at that. Yeah.
He would do it in under a minute. And we were in a Toyota event with about 5,000 people, and I bought a Rubik's Cube on stage and gave it to him, which he solved. But you know, for that 30 seconds, because it wasn't his personal cube, and that the speed of movement.
In case he doesnn't do it live,
he was so upset. He got it, but he was so angry. He never let me do an interview again.
Oh,
this is possibly true because Shahrukh would have been totally different. He'd been so happy with this whole competitive vibe. He's that kind of guy. In a nice, positive way. It's never like a hostile way. So if you do anything with him,
and that's it. Like with Aamir, if you did an interview, Aamir gets really deep into the interview, right? I mean, you're like, you're asking general questions, saying, you know, we live life day to day like this. You play different roles. How do you do it? He went into one explanation about how when Bhuvan is about innocence and grounding. So his feet were both firmly on the ground, and he put eyelashes to make him look innocent. But in Dil Chahta Hai, if you see, Akash's eyes are constantly shifting. I'm like looking at this thing. ये तो master class हो रहा है. हम तो Toyota के dealer से बात कर रहे हैं.
Cut to Roshan is doing the cube. Yeah.
But it was quite a thing. But I mean, see, that's the personality. Aamir is so serious and whatever and stuff, whatever. Shahrukh ko, as he rightly said, usko maza aata hai. He loves doing all this stuff.
Yeah. So, and he's never going to be flawed by an anchor or someone interviewing him.
No.
You've seen that? Who's the famous American stand-up guy interview that he did? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
The beard, yeah. Letterman. I mean, he's fantastic. He held his own. Letterman is one of the best ever, you know. I mean, he held his own and charmed him at the end of it. He was very good.
No Salman stories?
I don't think Salman in the interview would work quite the same. Salman punches Letterman in the middle.
But you're so right. I've interviewed everyone, but Salman I've never interviewed.
No, I've interviewed Salman and he's been great. But the thing is, he was actually telling me about this Partner, the film, where he plays a Punjabi. And so I said, sir, Punjabi accent dekha. And it's a Bandra accent. It's that, you know, wannabe American. Yeah. Oh, what, yeah.
Vikram Sathe told me that he went to do some shows in South Africa with Salman Khan, and he says, Roshan, after 45 minutes on stage on impersonating Sachin Tendulkar, Saurav Ganguly, all of this stuff and whatever, people are tittering and laughing. He says, suddenly I get that indication. I said, ladies and gentlemen, Salman Khan. They went into an frenzy. And he says after they went into frenzy, dancers entered, and dancers are the most hardworking. They're sweating buckets and going, chik, all that is going on. Whatever. He's in the midst of all this. At the end, Salman just walks in, takes that belt and goes, just the belt. Hold the bug. And the crowd is done. Yeah.
Minimalism. I'm telling you.
Minimalism.
We have to learn from this guy. We talk too much. You talk less. Whole talk show should be nothing. We just stare at each other for 5 minutes and one word.
Adjust your belt.
Yeah. No, we do it Arjun Rampal.
We should get.
You do Aamir, I'll do Arjun. Okay. You just Aamir. And
I'll solve the Rubik's Cube. I'll solve the Rubik's Cube. I'll do it.
It's not that big. Her Rubik's Cube is like, what the hell? What are you thinking about? Oh my God, no. Stop this conversation.
Okay, shall we go into the
I must tell you, but Cyrus,
Hello?
the Spurs actually sent me a whole list of topics that saying that this is what Cyrus will talk about. Please hear this. Please hear this.
Sincerity.
I didn't look at it because I said, yay, Cyrus sticking to a list of topics.
So you were more Shahrukh than Aamir in this, in that sense. Yeah.
Of course, there was Mr. Mukesh Ambani and Liverpool and blah 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 whatever.
Yeah.
I said, "Kaun dekhega kya hua?"
That's a big story. If he buys Liverpool, we sort of work for him on CNBC. So in a sense, if he buys Liverpool, my son will be so happy because I'm working for the owner. So we should be able to get the season tickets. Right. I can't get tickets to Spoken. Cyrus, if Ryan's buys Liverpool, do you see Anand Ambani becoming the KOP? Okay. All right, Aditya. Calm down.
What's KOP captain?
Don't even go there.
All right. Okay. Let's take another question. Bolo.
Yeah, even I don't know that. What is that cop captain?
Ask Aamir or Salman or Shahrukh. 3 listeners to our show.
Or come to Spoken Fest and get your answers.
For only $8.99 Geo Gardens, by the way. Same person who owns
19th and 20th. Yes.
19th and 20th of November. And what time does it start?
It starts at 1 p.m. Gates open at 1, goes on till 10 p.m. each day.
Okay.
And
1 p.m. till 10. Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah. No. And I was saying that, whatever you might like, we've got this fabulous stage called Virasat where we show you some cultural spoken word, traditional spoken word. Right. We've got Guftagu with conversations, Tamasha with theatre, Mehfil, which is our main stage, all of these. Cyrus, you got to come. Kajol, you got to come.
Do you have, I recommend one more thing which you all have not done, not to be critical. Do you have a Gali Garoj stage? Because my friend Sparsh misses all the Galis of Delhi. He comes in, he says, "Ye Marathi log kya bolte hain, mere ko pata nahi. I want to hear the panchot." And he sometimes just calls home, tells his dad or friends or whatever, can just abuse me. And they abuse him. So it's something, bro. It's a very nostalgic, right, Sparsh? I'm not lying.
So we have so normally in rap you have dissing battles where rappers will come and diss each other.
Right. Yeah.
So we actually the curation team said, "Wow, how about doing a compliment battle?" So there's actually the reverse happening.
Gay rap. This is it.
God,
We've got a new biggie. No.
Can we just edit that part out? Like
grap. I call it grap.
No,
it's like really like everybody's so nice. Can you imagine? Yeah, it's
this
like
was going so well. This was going so well until this point.
Is reverb part of rap, bro? I'm not sure.
We're going to go to another AMA.
I'm not a big rap fan. Can I be honest? It just does nothing.
Yeah, Kajol was taking a question.
I am going to take that question.
She's got her own podcast.
Okay, how difficult is it to go back to theatre after anchoring for a long time? What were your hurdles or any funny incidents?
So Rohit, Rohit, actually, going back to theatre, the biggest thing as an anchor which I had to avoid was that I was making up my own lines, because as an anchor person, you're cooking up your own lines. So Meera Nair came on the third day and said, "Roshan, a lot of time has been invested in the book. Please stick to it."
Yeah.
So I actually, Sai, for a month, I was just not getting my lines because we are so used to coming up with our own stuff.
Yeah, true.
So at the end of the month, Meera told me, "Roshan, you can be 100 other things in life, but here I only want you to be the actor." I went back that day. I told my daughter, I said, I've never been told this, because I really felt that I was letting the production down. And we sat up from 8 p.m. till 2 a.m. till I had every line. Then it became easier. So I think the switch, that's one part of the switch. The second is theatre is all about rehearsal, right? You keep doing it again and again and again. Cyrus would die because he can never do the same thing again. Right? वो कर नहीं सकता.
I hate
Because he
that.
has to do something new. Exactly.
It's very
But
boring
here
the
you got
second, third time. He's right. Yeah, that's why I don't know how people do show after show.
Okay, but you've done theatre before.
Yeah, but it's boring after the fourth show, and the rehearsal process. Sometimes you do the same thing 10 times. Ask him. It's not fun. Yeah.
No, right? And you got to keep hitting the mark. You've got to be present for everyone else and whatever.
Same
and
lines, huh?
Same lines. You can't cook up stuff. I mean, I pray occasionally that somebody will be late, so at least you can improvise. but वो होता नहीं इतना. So that's one of the big things. I think, from an anchor to a theatre actor, and then theatre is a lot of craft in terms of even where you're standing, how you're standing, where's your light, where's your mark, what's your cue. As anchors, we are trying to more often than not bridge things, right? And therefore, we are absolutely free to do whatever we want between point A and point B. Here, everything is pre-decided, which is why Cyrus could never do it.
But how would you know if Arjun Rampal was co-acting with you? How would you pick up the
I'd have to repeat every line because no one would hear it.
Yeah, because it's a live format. You're going to the take again. So, bro, what are you going to do then? If you say, okay, why are you late, sir? And he goes, so what do you do?
No, you normally turn and say, did I hear you say?
Is it correct to say pardon in theatre? It's fair, no? Pardon?
Roshan, have you ever forgotten your lines on stage? Does that happen?
Yes,
But
absolutely.
he'll manage lines if he forgets them. But Meera will get angry. See, they know the scene. If we do forget lines, we just make up. Somewhere in the paraphrasing of the line will be right. So the audience generally won't be able to pick it up unless it's Hamlet and they know the words by heart or something. Then you're in trouble. But
you never blank out.
No, you won't talk
I have once, Kajol, gone on stage in a college festival where we were doing the zoo story, and both me and my co-actor.
Oh, Edward Albee, what a fantastic play, bro.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but hear this. So what happens is that before the play, we had only been able to do 4 days of rehearsal. So we remembered the first half, the second half we made up.
Second half is black, bro. It's grim.
No, brother. I just knew that my character is to die at the end.
Yeah.
That's all. So I did it there.
But so you're the guy who's teasing the other guy. So you're basically the slightly more. That's a fantastic play. I love that play.
Brilliant.
It's actually about a guy who's got no meaning in life. He just can't connect with anyone. And he just wants to end it. But you don't pick it up for the first half of it. You won't pick it up.
Okay.
He's just like a tease and a bully trying to bully his way.
And he's interacting with a guy who's sitting on a park bench
Just
who
sitting
just
on a
comes
bench.
there every day to read his newspaper.
Okay.
It's
by
a
the
Marine
end of
Drive
the day,
story. It happens every
crazy,
day.
right?
Yeah. Who's the other actor with you in Blue Story? Well, it was college.
It was college. So it was a boy called Rishad Rizvi, who's a fabulous theatre performer in Lucknow even now.
Yeah.
But the crazy part of that play is that there's just this guy sitting with a newspaper and reading it, whatever. And this other guy comes and just starts fingering him and talking to him, and just blah blah. And right at the end, he takes out a switchblade and then throws it to the guy on the bench, saying, "Defend your space, defend your, this is your thing."
He sledges him from start to finish. This is sledging. Yeah.
And this guy is just holding knife, saying, I'm warning you, and whatever. And this guy comes and actually impales himself on the knife.
Oh.
And then he lies on the bench and he says, this bench will never be yours anymore because you'll never be able to come back to it. It's brilliant.
Beautiful.
Brilliant.
It reminds me of Silvery. Just can't connect with anybody else.
Silvery is the nicest and the most social guy I know, Cyrus.
Wow, look at the protection.
No, but he is. He is.
Really?
We have time for some more questions.
Yes, please.
Okay. Any thoughts on Nalini Sriharan being released by the Supreme Court when she had no role in the plot to kill Rajiv Gandhi?
Okay, that's a controversial point.
Very controversial.
How do you know for sure that she had or didn't have at the end of the day? Because we just established by the court that she has less responsibility for what occurred, but there are lots of people who were involved. Now, Roshan will take this as a person who studied.
I am not. I'm totally out of touch with what's happening back home. I switched off.
They pardoned after 30 years. They pardoned a lot of most of them, I think, actually, who were part of the conspiracy to assassinate Rajiv Gandhi.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where they stand.
If it was due legal process, and then they've done all the investigation and stuff and whatever, and that's what it is.
Superb answer. You're now talking for the government, bro. You're ready.
It's kind of weird that the media is giving her so much interviews and stuff like that. Where is that necessary?
Well, is it a precedent that if you do that with such a high-profile figure, such a atrocious sort of homicide that took place, then does it mean that because there's an element of forgiveness here, which is definitely there because some of them are definitely guilty. So how guilty everyone is now is difficult. We have to study the whole thing to figure it out. But the part is a huge plot, and it was executed. It was executed. They had a rehearsal. They had 2 rehearsals. They did like a mock day, and they did it flawlessly, more or less. And a lot of people
Really?
lost their lives. Yeah. All the if you study, I try to read as much as I could about it. But the point is, a lot of other people also died. It's not
Yeah.
just not one should never say not just Rajiv Gandhi, but people died. They're absolutely innocent people, like someone like a bodyguard, a passerby, etc., etc., etc. So I don't know, man. I'm all for forgiveness. Having said that, I'm a pacifist. I don't believe in war. I do believe in beating up motorcyclists and rickshaw, but that's allowed.
No, but
even
I'm
in
just saying, is
pacifists.
it necessary to make her into a celebrity right now?
But that is our
Ah.
media has become about everything that is currently. I mean, this news cycle business
Mhm.
is such a. I mean, it's just that, right? I mean, do you want to know about actually the prices and stuff and whatever, which is what is concerning the middle class most? Chanakya said so many years ago, saying that if you want to keep the people busy, just keep giving them events and things to do. And our news media is just constantly feeding you new events. 48 hours, you were so happy that you had an opinion. And
So
your
what you're saying
opinion
is
was taking the mark.
Chanakya, aka Kautilya, definitely is not Congress. He's in the other party. Let's be
100%.
open. Your point here.
100%.
And also, this was the
100%.
man who tutored Arnab Goswami. So
I know you can't just walk out. You can't just walk off and say I'm not involved. He was a good voice in the background. Was he good? Was he good at debates?
He was very good.
He was even then.
He was very good. His research was amazing. And even now, his ability to
What a
remember.
paradox. Now
Huh?
he gave us that whole story about a guy who may have been murdered for 17 months. It went on, and there was no murder.
But that was a story that the world wanted. Do you
Coming
know
back
on
to
Amit
Chanakya.
Verma's podcast, there's the best thing he turned and said that there was a guy who acted. He said that there's an actual story that Sushant had actually found the cure to COVID and he split into 2 people and Yogi
Yeah,
Adityanath. I mean, I was like, what?
and he
What
had a
level of-
telescope at home where he discovered the planets of the solar system and something like that.
I buy
I mean,
it.
they made him Galileo as well as everything else. क्या हमारे लोग ही अलग हैं. We deserve some of this shit, man.
Wow. Roshan's biography will be interesting. Huh? All the interesting famous people that he's worked with, from Shahrukh to Arnab, and funny how they are at the dinner table or something totally different, from what we see. Where Shahrukh is grabbing the paratha, he's like, idiot.
Shahrukh, by the way, Backstage would only have tandoori chicken.
Only.
Remember?
Even then,
Only
this is
tandoori
now,
chicken. Interviews,
yeah,
everything.
apparently. He only eats tandoori chicken and diet Pepsi. That's what I remember. Yeah. Is that true? Still?
Is that a
Yeah,
healthy
yeah.
diet?
Well, it's not healthy because there's enough stuff in that diet Pepsi thing. But tandoori chicken should be healthy. I don't think. it's
Just
bland.
tandoori chicken.
Is there any negative in eating just tandoori chicken? I don't think. Is there?
No, कुछ नहीं. Tandoori
Cost of
chicken तो
company
अच्छा
goes
है.
down, so more money for the family to spend.
Okay.
Yeah, because he doesn't have any extravagance other than that. It's the same price throughout. I should try it actually. Maybe if I get a good deal. You have Shahrukh's number?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Tell him to call me.
He might
One
find
hour
you at
in.
some airport.
Yeah, he's so sweet when he finds you. I've got so many stories. He's just really, really warm guy.
Yeah?
When he finds you. Yeah, he's a warm guy. There's no doubt about that. He always makes you feel special. Roshan has the same quality. You'll never leave the
Yeah.
moment with him feeling, oh, this guy dissed me, or this guy's not
Yeah.
a good guy. You'll always, then I feel bad because then when you want them and you try to find them, they won't be there. You leave, my wife leaves me. I'm like, Shahrukh, Roshan, Shahrukh. And nobody's answering. It's like some neighbor going, shut up. I'm Pushpa, you bastard. Chalo.
Oh,
What is
God.
this? We have 1 hour in. Do we want to do more questions or should we wrap? Oh, one more? We'll do one more. Okay.
Hey, Roshan, what do you think? Current Sethi, because I was there. I went in the first round or second round. In hindsight, what does Roshan think of his performance on Kamzor Kadi Kaun, where he made it to the final round and lost to Gaurav Kapoor? Cyrus was out in round 2. If the show was held today, who would have won? So basically, did Gaurav cheat? I think that's the...
1 second. Give me context. What is Kamzor Kadi?
What is it in English?
The weakest link was the
weakest
link.
BBC show. Neena Gupta
So-
used to anchor it.
And she used to do it like that, that's like English lady. That's Kudus
And
kind
it was
Avatar.
produced by Siddharth Basu, Synergy, big Synergy. I mean, Synergy in those days.
Yeah.
So all of us TV anchors were called, Cyrus and all of us included. And by the way, we had pre-decided that whoever wins, we'll split the money. So nobody cared.
Yes.
Are you serious?
I was against
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Then I lost in the round 1 or 2. I was so for it. I was like, go Kapoor, come on.
And then in the final round, when they asked us some question about some sarees from which state they were or what, I still remember the question. And I gave an answer and then I changed it. So because I changed my answer, they disqualified me and they said, no, you'll have to stick with your earlier answer. And I obviously wanted to protest, but I was like, yeah, jeetenge to hum sabhi or whatever. The only bad thing I must say about Kamzor Kadi Kaun was that at the end of it, they made you say things about the other person and they said, say something which is not nice.
Oh.
Right? Yeah.
And only I did.
And I tried very hard to say something bad. I said, so ultimately I turned and said, I lost to Gaurav, but it doesn't matter because I think he needed the money more or whatever. And then I realized that it really sounded bad. I think Gaurav was very upset with me for a while. Then I later told him, TV tha yaar, but it wasn't that. And let me tell you.
How can he be upset when she did the same thing with him?
No, but Cyrus, the best part, you must hear this. The best part was that at the end of it, the money went to Gaurav and then he was, sending us checks. And the whole debate started with some people on TDS kaun banega. Brocha never paid.
Oh, 1 second. So you got your share.
I can't remember anything now. Roshan just bully me with this. I remember vaguely the show. I remember us having fun on the show. And I do remember the agreement. Agreement was ki sab log tension mat lo. We are all sharing. So then the competitive thing went slightly out. Having said that, everyone was so bloody competitive the moment it started. Roshan is smiling or whatever, but deep down, he's got his ego thing. He's from an academic family, so for him it's important that I think always these kind of things he does well.
Okay.
Kapoor on the other hand, just a disc jockey, RJ. So that was very embarrassing.
But at that point in time, we used to be called for so many. So Kamzor Kadi Kaun happened. Then we were once called for that, that Derek O'Brien's quiz thing. Remember?
Yeah.
And again,
Cadbury.
Bonvita quiz contest.
Bonvita.
And then
after 40 years of marketing, we got the chocolate wrong.
Bolo, what do you think?
And Derek O'Brien would go up there and ask his question and stuff or whatever. Cyrus usko sawal hi ta puchte the. Cyrus would just, I remember that so clearly.
What?
Cyrus had so many questions to ask him.
Also, Derek takes a long time to make his point. Also,
yeah. Derek would.
Your Bobby footage mil gaya, so I have to, khichao it and all that. So then, what do you do?
So he used to stretch a question out.
He had a style. His dad was a famous quizzer, so that is style. It was very stylized, the performance, and it's good. It's great. But if you're impatient like I am, and you're third in the quiz, I'm already like jumping up and down like that dog in heat now, so it's really difficult. Yeah. And you have people like Roshan Abbas who won't tell you what they are doing. They're charawing you in the background. Kuch bolna bhai. They'll be saying things like that. Have all these monkeys around. Yeah.
And the funniest part is that the quiz was meant to come out on 1st April, so April Fool and whatever, and it had been pre-decided amongst the contestants.
As we always do.
They would get upset with Derek, and everybody would stage a walkout.
Oh,
right.
Like a bakra.
The only person who didn't get the memo was me. And as Cyrus said, I am genuinely this do-gooder in life. So everybody got up and is leaving at the end of round 2, and I'm sitting on stage saying, guys, come back. So rather than the joke being on Derek, it became on me. Such memories.
Yeah.
We shot this at that Nanavati place below.
Oh God, yeah.
My goodness. There were studios which were built in the basement of hospitals.
what?
Yes.
What?
It was quite popular for a little while in the 90s or early 2000s.
But
Yeah,
isn't
very,
it like-
very popular.
You enter the hospital gate, the big gates, the gates open, you enter the hospital. So you have to go to the hospital. And then in the hospital, you're not coming to die. You're coming to do a quiz show.
You're coming to die on a set.
Yeah, die on a set.
But aren't you all making noise and all that?
No, but it's like
No, it's a
underground
basement.
Yeah.
It's underground.
Yeah.
Okay.
So only the dead bodies. Yeah,
Only
right.
the dead bodies,
Later
okay.
on, that kind of thing. Yeah.
It was so crazy, yaar. I mean, I could never imagine why was there a studio built in the basement of a hunting hospital?
Because that's the
Kya
beauty
hota hai?
of
Bombay.
the entrepreneurial spirit of our country, yeah, Baba. कि hospital or studio में कुछ फर्क नहीं होता. It's great. A lot of the women can go for touch-ups. Can you think about it? Doctor, I need my cheeks done. Straight up. Keep in mind,
Yeah, you could also
tell your friends.
you could also have Brocha going and saying, "I've got the top part of my body all right, but I need to get my cheeks done."
Wow, you noticed? Don't do that. Stop shouting at us. Now you're laughing.
But he's not being
He's being
derogatory.
camp. He's being camp. He's doing this and all. You don't say anything to him.
He's not being derogatory.
That's hypocrisy. If I make a joke, it's like I'm a right-wing guy who's like anti, which I'm not.
You can't say grapping. You just can't.
Grapping is...
No.
There must be a thing like gay rap. What is wrong? I don't see why it's wrong.
I'm sorry we went there. Bolo Roshan, you were saying.
Roshan, I'm going to have my own
Please,
gay rap festival.
इतनी मुश्किल से उस टॉपिक से हमको अलग ले गए थे. काजोल क्या कर रही है बे?
Hey, Kajol, by the way, what topics are we doing? It's nearly over the show.
We're not doing topics.
We have to end it. Yes, go for rehearsal. Yes, go for
Okay,
rehearsal.
okay,
I just got to...
Anything to plug? So we are plugging the Spoken Fest, which is on
Spoken.
which dates again?
19th, 20th November, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. For Saukar, we're saying 9 o'clock in the morning. So he comes like 2 o'clock. For the others, it'll be 1 o'clock till 10, 11 in the night.
All right.
At Geo Garden. And he'll be there
at
the festival. So you can
I'll
go and
be
meet
there
Roshan.
and again, I can just rattle off a few names for you all so that you all
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
There's Cobra Seth, there's Meghna Pant, there's Shreya Punj, there's Joseph, Raj Shekhar, the lyricist, Ramneek Singh, the performer, Satyanshu Singh, the director, Karima Barry, who's just grown as a performer.
This is John
Shilpa
Barry's
Rao.
daughter.
I don't know, yeah.
I don't know. I'm asking. It's a fair. Then Wasim Bari, the wicketkeeper of Pakistan, is his daughter. What am I supposed to do? They're laughing here.
No.
Sorry.
So there are so many performers that I can just go on. Yugam, the band, Jhansi, who's coming from Calcutta, Piyush Bhisekar, kitne naam lu yaar. But honestly, please come
Arnab.
because Arnab, if it was Spoken Fest, it would only be Arnab. No, so
Loud Spoken Fest.
Oh, nice.
Loud spoken. Wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow.
nice. What a way to end the show.
No, wait, we're not ending.
6 out of the ground.
Can I just plug one thing?
What?
People in Chennai, I'm in your city this week. So on Thursday at 7:30 p.m., I have a show happening at Backyard. The tickets are on Book My Show. Please come.
Okay. So if I'm in Chennai, I have to go to Backyard.
You have to go to Backyard.
Okay, fair enough. If I'm in Mumbai, I have to go to Geo Gardens.
Yes.
Fucking pressure on this show, I tell you, really. I mean, they just want to tune into a little bit of chat. Yeah. Hey, Roshan, have a good time and all the best for the play, Monsoon Wedding. Is it play? Musical, we should call it, right?
Musical.
All right.
Monsoon Wedding, the musical, and honestly, guys, it's coming to India next year, I know, but it will be really, it's going to be phenomenal.
Great. So, Kajol, we don't have to pay for tickets. Because we know Roshan.
Okay, let's
Just
do
give
this.
a call. Huh?
Let's
Kamzor Kadi Kaun. Wicked link. All right. Cheers. Okay, let him go, bro. He's got a whole day of rehearsal now. All right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye, Kajol.
And I've got great news for everybody. Yes, it is the end of the show. People are clapping and cheering because now it's over. The pain, the angst, the suffering, the strife. But remember, it's very simple. Like and subscribe. Everybody says the same thing. We have to repeat it as well because there's a whole... we have to follow this process. It's not in my hands, honestly. I don't want to do this sometimes, but we have to follow it. So please like and subscribe. And yeah, you can leave your comments. And please spell correctly because it's very irritating when you spell color with a K, for God's sake. Or Coca-Cola with a P. I mean, oh, that's Pepsi. Sorry.